Fox News Alert. We are now getting the official reaction from the Department of Justice to the ruling out of Arizona today. I want to read it to you in full. This just coming in. Quote, "We believe the court ruled correctly when it prevented key provisions of SB 1070 from taking effect. While we understand the frustration of Arizonans with the broken immigration system, a patchwork of state and local policies would seriously disrupt federal immigration enforcement and would ultimately be counterproductive. States can and do play a role in cooperating with the federal government in its enforcement of the immigration laws, but they must do so within our constitutional framework. This administration takes its responsibility to secure our borders seriously and has dedicated unprecedented resources to that effort." They wrap up by saying, "We will continue to work towards smarter and more effective enforcement of our laws while pressing for a comprehensive approach that provides true security and strengthens accountability and responsibility in our immigration system at the national level." Again, that is the very latest statement coming in to us now from the Department of Justice. Joining us now, Richard Socarides, former special assistant to President Clinton. All right, what do you make of this? I mean, DOJ clearly has to be happy with this win, but they say this administration's done a lot already and will continue to do it.
Well, I think this court decision this afternoon is a big win for President Obama, a big win for Eric Holder. I mean, symbolically, to have a federal judge stand with them and say, yes, that there are serious constitutional issues with this law. They had a lot riding on this. Had they gone in and not won on the preliminary injunction, I think it would have been a very, very serious setback. So not only is it a significant victory, you can tell already by the language from some of the decision that the court pretty much bought the federal government's arguments. But I think in terms of politically, I think it's a very significant and important win because obviously we know the Hispanic community is a big voting bloc in play. They feel like this law unfairly targeted them. It's a little bit of a mixed bag because a lot of Americans are very concerned with an out-of-control immigration system, and rightfully so. But I think long-term, the political people at the White House are probably feeling pretty good about this, too.
Yeah, we understand, at least for now, we're not going to get any kind of formal statement from the White House. So far, this is it from the administration coming from the Department of Justice. And again, like I said, they talk about the fact that this administration is taking its responsibility to secure our borders. They take it seriously, and they've dedicated unprecedented resources to that effort. Yet we hear from a number of law enforcement folks there on the border. We hear from lawmakers in Arizona saying that's not the case in their experience.
Yeah.
Where is the disconnect?
Well, and the government right today will try to play this very much as a legal matter, as a law enforcement matter, as a matter of constitutional proportions. They're not going to talk about the politics of this, so they're going to talk from the Justice Department, not from the White House. But this is a terrible problem, and it's not a new problem. I mean, President George W. Bush tried to bring people together around some common ground around immigration, and he got completely shut down. I mean, what we have to do to fix this broken immigration system is find a pathway to citizenship for the people who are already here. But the people, on the right who are involved in the immigration debate don't want that. So the key issue seems to be just really, at loggerheads between people.
Do you think there is enough common ground at all? Because both parties need each other to get this done, to formulate some kind of comprehensive legislation related to immigration?
I don't see it now, especially going into the midterms, because I think now that as we get closer and closer to the midterms, both parties are emphasizing their differences, not coming together. So I think perhaps, earlier this year, I mean, it's very hard. This is the hardest thing probably in politics now. I mean, you think health care is difficult. This is really difficult. They're going to keep trying, but I don't see it happening. And this immigration law, this law in Arizona was such a flashpoint, right? It was such a dramatic flashpoint because on one side you saw people saying the federal government is not doing what it's supposed to do. It's not enforcing these laws. We're going to take a state solution. We're going to go at it ourselves. If the feds won't do it, we're going to do it. But then you have the feds come in and say this is our sole responsibility. This is our sole province. To see this federal judge agreeing with them, it's a very dramatic moment, actually.
And the Department of Justice backing that up again today, say we are doing the job. Richard Socarides, great to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Well, a federal jury is now deciding the fate of Rod Blagojevich, the former